Hi everyone. In the previous video, we learnt about installing MCM on IBM Cloud. Since you have your MCM instance up and running, it's time to install other modules which provide additional capabilities to MCM. One such module is monitoring. Monitoring module enables you to perform application as well as infrastructure monitoring in a hybrid cloud environment. In this video, we will learn how to do the online installation of monitoring module on MCM. As you can see, there are roughly 10 steps that needs to be performed to finalize the installation. So let's get started. First, log in to the MCM web console as a cluster admin. We need to configure an LDAP with MCM. In my case, we have already installed one OpenLDAP instance and configured some users. We will use that LDAP instance with MCM. Browse into the LDAP configuration page and enter the required details. When ready, click on the Create button at the top of the screen to create the LDAP connection. Next step is to onboard the LDAP users into MCM. In order to do that, we need the cloudctl command line tool. If you have already not installed cloudctl command line tool, please install it. Perform cloudctl login command to log in to the MCM cluster as shown. You also need to perform OC login. In order to do that, navigate to the OCP console and click on the user ID at the top left corner. Click on the display token link and copy the OC login command. Run the command on your command line. Execute cloudctl iam LDAP command to get the LDAP ID of the configured LDAP. This ID will be used in subsequent commands to onboard the users. Execute cloudctl iam import users command to import all the required users that you have already created in your LDAP. Next, we need to create an account. Use cloudctl iam account create command to create the account. Once the account is created, the onboarded users need to be associated with this account. Out of all the onboarded users, designate one user as the primary user. In my case, MCM ACC admin is that user. That user will become the account administrator of the account. The rest of the users can be designated as members. We will assign them different roles when we add them later to the team. So the next step is to create a team. In order to do that, we need to log in to the MCM web console as the recently created account admin and navigate to the identity and access page. So I have logged in as MCM account admin and navigated to the identity and access page. Then click on the create team button. Give a name to the team that you are creating. Enter partial name of the team members you want to add and click on the search button. It should list the matching names based on your input. Select the team members and select what role you want to assign them. Once you have all the users and roles that you wanted to add to the team are selected, click on the create button to create the team with the team members. MCM allows you to define the scope of this team and what resources they can access. However, only a cluster administrator can give permission to the resource. Hence, log out and log in again as a cluster administrator and navigate to the identity and access page. There, you can click on the team that you just created. Next, go to the resource tab and select the resources for which you want to give permission to this team. Once done, the team will have access to those resources. Next, we need an entitlement key to pull the monitoring images from IBM's entitled registry. Click on the link mentioned in the documentation. You should be able to get your entitlement key from there. Copy it and keep it. Create a Docker image pool secret using the entitlement key. This secret will be used to pull the monitoring images from the IBM's entitled registry. Next, we need to patch the service account that will be used to install monitoring module so that it uses the Docker secret that we created. There are some values we need to prepare before installing the Helm chart. Please follow the documentation or the steps as shown here to create those values. Next, log in to the MCM Web Console as a cluster admin and click on Catalog. Select IBM Cloud App Management Prod Helm Chart. Enter the values appropriately. Once done, click on the Install button to start the installation of the monitoring module on MCM. It may take roughly 15 to 20 minutes for all the parts to come up. Once all the parts are in the running state, we need to perform one final step. Log in back to the MCM web console and uh, navigate to the Helm release page. Click on the monitoring Helm release that you just created. Scroll down to the bottom of the page. There you need to copy a couple of commands and execute them from the command line interface. Once the commands are executed successfully, the monitoring installation is complete. Now you can log out of the web console and log in back again. This time you will be able to see the monitoring menu items. You can click on them to bring up the respective sections. Not so difficult, is it? So this concludes the video for the installation of monitoring module on MCM. Hope you liked it. Thank you.